Welcome everyone, it's Pastor Roger Cook, your church MCC, and I'm here with Pastor Amber, and we're doing a totally unsolicited promo video for a book study that we've been doing, just because we simply absolutely love the book Untamed. And want Amber to kind of share just a little bit about Glennon Doyle and the book, and then we'll talk a few minutes about something that really spoke to us today that we used in a book study. Amber?
So the book that we've been reading is Untamed by Glennon Doyle. It says on the front that over 1 million copies have been sold, and it was in Reese Witherspoon's book club. This is the book that you never knew that you needed to read until you read it. And Roger had actually told me that I needed to read the book the first time that he read it, probably a year ago or better.
Yeah, it's not just for women. It's, you know, I've had some guys tell me that isn't that a woman's book, but no, it's definitely not just for women.
And you know, I think even if you are the manliest of men and you think that you don't need to read the book, every man in their life has some female counterpart, be it their wife, their daughter, their mother, their sister, their grandmother. Every man has a woman in his life somewhere that just reading the book can help you understand a little bit more about those that you love. The book for me, I wish this video was actually a little impromptu too. I wish I had the quote that caused me to actually want to read the book, but it's just real and raw, and I think that everybody can find something to relate to in the book.
I absolutely agree. And today we're going to share a little bit about doing the hard work, and it's, I think, actually off of page 85. Would you want to share a little bit about that, or just even read that one paragraph on page 85?
Okay. I'll first go ahead and show you that, I don't know if you can see that, but I love to write and highlight in my books.
And this is a great book. Glennon did this editing wise in such a way, there's tons of room to write in the book and have extra white pages and white space. So I love that in the book.
Oh, I do too. And I will also say too that it takes a lot of vulnerability to write a book where you feel like you're having a conversation with the author. And this is a book that I really feel like I know her. I feel like we're best friends. And I think that speaks volumes to the type of writer that she is. So the page that we're reading from, as Roger said, is 85. It's from the chapter called Aches. What we want to share with you today is that we can do hard things. We can do hard things becomes an hourly life mantra. It is my affirmation that living life on life's own absurd terms is hard. It isn't hard because I'm weak or flawed or because I made a wrong turn somewhere. It's hard because life is just hard for humans, and I'm a human who is finally doing life right.
And this book and this page has been used in different areas of my ministry, from college ministry to ministry with adults to other ministries I'm involved in. And this page here just spoke to me just because I think so many of us find ourselves in places in life where we feel like, you know, something's wrong because these hard things are happening, or maybe for the first time we're making the right choices, we're making healthy choices. And I really like how Glennon talks about that, you know, the reward for hard work and staying in the hard work for the reward, and looking forward to this reward. And then even has a crisis of faith right on the page when she starts talking about the we. She's using we in a sentence and admitting that sometimes we don't even know who that we is. And I just find it powerful. I love it.
I love it too. And you know, there's a quote that anytime I'm going through change that I don't understand, or you know, maybe I didn't call the change to come, or maybe I do have to call the change to come, and I'm having a hard time with it. It's a quote, and who it's by, I can't remember right in this moment, but I could probably tell you later. But it's called "The Pain of remaining the same will never, let's see, no, you're going to have to cut that out because I can't, let's see, the pain, you can't ever change until the pain of remaining the same
Overcomes.
is greater
Yeah.
than the pain of changing.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite quotes to call on whenever, I am troubled with change in my life that I don't understand or that I don't really want to do, but I know it's the right decision. And, it's a hard thing. Change is hard. But I did find the quote that made me want to read the book.
Yeah, and my wife Harmony shared this with me the other day. She's like, this is the quote that made Amber want us to read this book. And this one quote that made Amber want to read this book has changed so many lives already. And it's so cool to see how this book study is growing. And it's going to be going further into your church MCC, further into the college ministry I'm involved with Red Door at Radford University. And then my work that I'm doing also as a chaplain at the hospital. And it's just, this quote's changing so many lives. And thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing this book.
Okay, so the quote comes from the chapter called Ghosts, and it's on page 93 if you want to look at it. But it says, if you are uncomfortable, in deep pain, angry, yearning, confused, you don't have a problem, you have a life. Being human is not hard because you're doing it wrong. It's hard because you're doing it right. You will never change the fact that being human is hard, so you must change your idea that it was ever supposed to be easy.
That's wonderful. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thanks so much for watching this. If you have any questions, please let us know. And thank you so much, and I hope we'll talk to you soon. Pastor Roger and Pastor Amber,